Well, here at the 21st Annual Prairie Dirt Classic, we caught up the Moweaqua Missile 18 Shannon Babb. Shannon, last night, good qualifying lap. The invert kind of bit you. Ended up second in the heat, fifth in the feature. You ran good, finished right up there, right in front of Billy Moyer. Good race. Talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, it was a racy track last night. Invert kind of on them heat races, it made it more of a challenge, but I kind of like that. You know, I had a good run with Brady Smith, ended up second in the heat, and started fifth. And it was neat. They went out and prepped the track a little bit differently than they normally do, and it helped. It made it real racy. But there wasn't any cautions till like 3 to go, and then I finally grouped them all back up and made a pretty good race right there at the end out of it.
Well, it turned out to be, as you said, a pretty good racy track. Tire selection and, of course, here on these quarter milers, lap traffic came into play, and he got through it pretty good. How'd the tire situation work out? I know I was talking to a few other drivers. They said their tires came in, the tires didn't.
Yeah, I didn't really use my head last night. I went with harder stuff. In these short races, only 40 laps, and I thought it'd blow off a little bit faster than it did, and it didn't. So the guys that went with the 30s, it was a little bit better than we were. So, but we'll just try again tonight on it.
Well, two-time winner of the Prairie Dirt Classic. What do you think coming into tonight? It'd be awesome to take home another one, and then head into a big weekend with the World 100 coming up.
Yeah, we, we're trying hard just to, make a good run again tonight. If we can just get in the top 5, I'll be real happy. Like I said, you just have to have them cautions. If you can't get caught up, you need a caution. Sometimes it helps you, and sometimes it hurts you. And maybe we'll get started up front tonight and maybe just run away with it. Hell, that'd be my dream. But we'll just see what happens. Just top 5 is what we're shooting for.
Well, $10,000 on the line here. The 21st Annual Prairie Dirt Classic. Shannon Babb's looking for win number 3. Down here at the 21st Annual Prairie Dirt Classic, caught up with the driver known as Silky Smooth out of Orland Park, Frank Hecka Jr. Frank, last night, brand new track record. Heat race, kind of had the wrong setup on. We talked to the crew guy, and then the feature. Talk to us how the night went.
Last night was, I had a rough day coming here, and we got everything straightened out. We barely made hot laps, but we had a good time trial, and then for the heat race, we left some things undone when we were scaling, and it didn't work out. But the track was going in a hurry last night to get everything over with, which was fine. But we caught us off guard a little bit. But the feature, we put a good setup in it, and we were moving to the front great. Probably the best car I've drove since I've been racing, and I was really happy with it. I caught the front straightaway wall and bent it lower, so I pulled in. But I think if we get her back to how it was last night, I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
Well, as you say, you take some notes from the positives, I guess, last night, and move forward tonight. $10,000 on the line, and one of the biggest Labor Day races, at least here in Illinois. And it's got to be it'd be a huge honor if you win this one.
Yeah, it's weird. I come here for a local show and I can't line up, and when the money's on the line, I just seem to put things together. I work on my program during the week and everything and scale it for 100 lap or 40 lap races and everything. When I come to a local show, it just don't seem to always work out. But when the money's on the line, normally we're there. If we can get in the show and start in the top 10 and have a clean race, I think we got a good shot.
Well, 60 laps is a long race. I was talking to a few of the other drivers. Lap traffic's going to come into play, and 60 laps, anything can happen. Just making it, you never know what happens. Tire choice as well.
Yeah, this place it's hard to judge it sometimes, but they did an excellent job last night. That's the best feature conditions I've seen since I've been coming here. And if they do that again tonight, I don't think we'll be in real good shape. Everybody, you'll have plenty of room to pass and everything. So if they keep it where it was, I think it'll be great. We just got to be there at the end.
Well, the young man out of Orland Park trying to take home the $10,000 top prize here at the 21st Annual Prairie Dirt Classic. Good luck, Frank.
Thank you.
Well, we caught up with the only 5-time Prairie Dirt Classic champion, the tall, cool one, Bob Pierce, and your son, Bobby Pierce. They call him the short, cool one. Glad to see you guys here. Glad to see you back. Obviously, you're not racing, but as you bring your son back, what's the feelings going through, I guess, here today?
Well, you know, this has been a place that's been close to me for years. I mean, of course, it goes way back to my uncle when I was a little kid sitting in the stands watching race modifieds up here before the sprint car era hit back in the 60s and 70s. But, you know, I come up here my very first time in '77 and won right off the bat. So, you know, I've raced here a lot, won a lot of shows, and was fortunate enough to win the Prairie Dirt that many times. And then the last 3 in a row was the last one that I got a chance to win. So, you know, the bad memory is coming up the last time for the Prairie Dirt and not making it. That was pretty heartbreaking for me. I really wanted to make it because it goes my last year of racing and I didn't make the show. But maybe we come up here tonight with my boy and maybe he can get in. It'd be great. It'd be cool for the fans to see another Pierce get in the show. It's going to be a shot in the dark. Ain't saying I'm against him, but it's going to be tough, and he knows it and we know it. But we're going to give it a shot. He's a pretty good racer already, so we might have a shot at doing it.
Well, before we talk to Bobby, he's come up through the ranks. He had the kid mod class there, and then he stepped into the modified, and you put him in the super late model, nice and smooth, and keep it straight. And I know you got a good story about that.
Yeah, well, you know, he used to tell me when he was little, he goes, Dad, why do you drive the car so straight? He always said Steve Francis always slid the car, and I said, well, I think straight's faster. And as it turns out, he's doing the same thing, which is good at most of the time. Now, I told him on the way up here, we got to get this thing back in the corner to qualify. You got to get qualified up front and then run your heat race like you know how. So, yeah, been a pretty cool stepping stone here. You know, did the quarter midgets for a short time, and he won right off the bat. We started that kid mod series, and he was really good in it right away. And the crate car just fit him real well, and that's why I thought, well, we'll get a late model this year and play a little bit, and it'll help him in his crate car. And gosh, as it turned out, we've been racing late model a lot because it's been coming along pretty quick. So we had a good run last night at Granite City. He run second in his crate and fourth in the late model, and it was a pretty good field there. So, you know, I think things are going to turn around and go pretty good for us.
Well, we'll jump in here and talk to Bobby. And I tell you what, at Lincoln earlier this year, the youngest man, I believe, at 13, to make a World of Outlaw feature. The same guys are here tonight, same caliber of competition. Obviously, you're not afraid to step it up.
Oh no, I'm not.
Well, as you bring it here, your dad's got 5 Prairie Dirt Classic championships. You got to have some pretty good news and notes on what to do.
Yeah, he's got some good stuff to tell me what to do, and I'll just try to make a really good qualifying lap, because that's kind of what I'm hoping for, because that's probably the hardest thing to do is qualify here, and yeah.
Well, just get it in the show, and I think the rest will take care of itself. With a 5-time champion and hopefully a 1-time champion here tonight, the 21st Annual Prairie Dirt Classic. Glad to see the Pierce family back in action.